Alright, what is going on everyone? Today is Friday, June 29th, 2018. So we have some exciting stuff to talk about in regards to price for the first time in a little bit. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin specifically, and I also want to look at EOS as well. Not about EOS's price, but there's something that happened today that I think a lot of people might have something to say about in the comments or have opinions about. But first and foremost of the video, I want to talk about the cryptocurrency market and Bitcoin. So today, the entire market was injected with a nice amount of volume. If we zoom in right here, you can see it on the 1 hour chart. You can see these two huge candles right here. This one was about 3 hours ago, and this one was about an hour ago. Bitcoin jumped all the way up from about 5,800 to 6,500, currently sitting at 6,428. One of the reasons I think this is really interesting too is just because Bitcoin's market cap was hovering around 100 billion even for a while, and there's a reason why people were saying Bitcoin wouldn't go under that, and so far it's looking like it potentially might not. You know, in a week or even a day or two from now, we could be saying the opposite. But for at least right now, let's just try and be optimistic and just try and have some fun with this. So first of all, if we look at the entire global market cap, earlier today, most of the day we were sitting around 235 billion, and then we spiked up immediately from 235 all the way instantly to about 250 billion, and currently we're sitting at $258 billion. So regarding Bitcoin and that $100 billion threshold and like going beneath that, Sunday the 24th we did go, I think we touched like 99.8. Yeah, we touched 99.8, and you can see this huge kind of reversal here very quickly from 99.8 to 106 billion. A few days went by, and then of course the early hours of today we ended up dropping a little bit and ended up touching 99 again, I believe. It's not showing it here, but we did touch 99. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to 99.9. Bounced immediately up, and then, you know, I guess after the market seeing as it wasn't really going to go below that, at least for right now, shot all the way back up to 110 billion in Bitcoin's overall global market cap. And the reason people are saying that this potentially or Bitcoin wouldn't go under 100 billion is because of futures trading and the requirements that the Bitcoin would have to be valued at over $100 billion of its overall global market cap. And yeah, so far, I mean, at least based on today, if this continues, this is a pretty crazy indicator of that. If we take a look at the entire market again, about $258 billion in the entire market, and you can just see across the board, every cryptocurrency essentially up 10 to 15, some even 20%. So I guess the last thing I want to say about that is in regards to volume, it's really nice to see the crazy amount of volume. We can even see it here in Litecoin right here, these huge candles right here, and Bitcoin here as well. I have Litecoin on a 5 minute, so it's a little more spread out. I'll put Bitcoin on the 5 minutes so you can see a little better. This huge candle here and this one here for Bitcoin, and then this was Litecoin. I mean, what we've been seeing so far is the market has been bouncing up and down every few months. So we consolidate for a few months, or about a month and a half, 2 months, reverse a little bit, consolidate, reverse, consolidate, and this is so far has been the longest consolidation since this bear market has begun, really in the middle of December, beginning of January. Starting on May 5th, and it is already almost July. It's almost 2 months, which is longer than all of these. This is what everyone's been saying for a while now. We should see at least some sort of reversal up to maybe test a really big support resistance area for Bitcoin around 7,000 US dollars, or at least the 50-day moving average right here, this blue line, which would put it, you know, around 7,300. So basically, the area of 6,700 to 7,500 is huge, and if Bitcoin can get over that, then we might see we might have room for more upside in the short to mid-term here to see if we can continue and maybe even get a trend. You know, even if we could get Bitcoin back to 8,500, you know, even if this was the top, I think that would be a really good opportunity for people who are convinced this is a very long bear market to maybe exit some position and trade. But again, some people are actually saying the opposite, of course, and I don't necessarily agree or disagree with anyone right now, but it's very possible that this could be the beginning of a reversal, and we always have to think that isn't an option. And again, I don't want to go one way or the other. This could be a bounce, and then we continue to go down, or it could be the beginning of a reversal, but it's still way too early to tell, I think. And I actually just wanted to point out this tweet really quickly by Xinji Wang from the Litecoin Foundation. He just tweeted this out maybe like 30 minutes ago, I think. But it's referencing this bounce. He said, half a year just passed. The next half year start from tomorrow. What, question mark? The price just jumped up. Is that a coincidence? So basically what he is saying right there is that first half of the year, it was pretty much an entire downtrend, an entire correction. And he's saying, is it potentially the beginning of a better second half of the year? Most likely speculation, but you have to wonder, and everyone has their hopes too, because I mean, most people watching this video probably want cryptocurrency to go up, as pessimistic as they might be. But yeah, I just wanted to finish then with this EOS article. So there's been a lot of controversy going on with EOS specifically recently, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's in the top 5 cryptocurrencies in terms of global market cap. And it's been for a while now. Like it didn't just enter the top 5, but it has had some speculation or some criticism regarding it. And so the newest thing published today by David Robb on cheppycap.com is kind of just about issues regarding EOS's centralization or lack of decentralization. More EOS worries as Block 1 takes over BP voting. So basically, to summarize it, Block 1, the company behind EOS, has taken over BP voting for EOS using its large stake. Concerns have been raised on Twitter about the amount of influence that will now have over the network and whether EOS can legitimately be considered a decentralized system. So I will leave this article in the description if you want to read the entire thing. It's not very long. Mostly just tweets, like anecdotal tweets here you can kind of just read through. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think about this, specifically anybody very in tune with EOS and everything going on with it, and investors of EOS. I would love to know what you think about this, if you think EOS is a good bet long term, and yeah, just questions about its decentralization or lack of decentralization.